So today, as we do the soul affirmation, let's be aware of the topic of the day, which is irritation or irritability. So while we do the soul affirmation, let's just be aware of what it does to our body. Okay. So when we say, I am not the body, irritation, however, has an effect on my body. It can lead to ailments related to the skin, can relate to boils, pimples. I am not the body, but my emotions affect my body. I am not the emotion. So when, let's say, the body is irritated, then the emotions also start to go haywire, right? So we create these emotions, but we are not these emotions. I am not the emotion. I am not the thought. So perhaps when we get irritated, we are also having all kinds of thoughts, about the people who irritated us or the item that irritated us or whatever it is, right? We are also not that thought. We are soul. I am the soul. So with that in mind, let's continue. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with all. So, irritation, yes, irritation or getting irritated. So, of course, in pranic healing, we are aware that irritation is also a type of energy. And just like we can, clean energy, we can also remove dirty, negative energy, irritation energy from the body. We can also transmute that energy by changing it from irritation to, something else. And that makes complete sense.
Shall tell him to eat. Sorry.
So if we can just be aware that the energy that we have gets transmuted. So what that means is that sometimes we don't want to remove the energy, we just want to change the energy into something else. So let's give it a thought. What can we change irritation energy to? Yes, is there something that it can be changed to? Patience, perhaps? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. So let's just explore this a little bit more. So when we are irritated, when the bodies rather are irritated, then what tends to happen is that there is a impact on the body, there is an impact on the emotions, and there is an impact on the thoughts. Now, one of the ways to deal with irritation or irritating people is, of course, to learn the right ways to communicate. So let's say if someone does something to irritate, me, I could be like, you're very irritating. That could be one way of approaching it. The other way of approaching it would be like, that was really irritating. Yeah. So I'm still communicating that I'm irritated. Not me, but my bodies are irritated. But at the same time, I'm communicating that in a gentler way. It's like, that was really irritating. I'd appreciate if you didn't do that again. Right. So that's one way. And the other way, like you said, is like, that's so irritating. Can you stop being irritating? So, if you just look at my face when I'm, doing both sides, when I'm doing it on this side and I'm very irritated, do you see what happens to my own face? Yeah, it becomes so, yeah. And at the same time, when I'm talking, gently and being like, that was irritating. So at that point, I may still be expressing the fact that I'm irritated, or my body is irritated, or my emotions are irritated. But what I'm not doing at that point is creating more irritation. I'm just saying it in a nicer way. It's like, that was irritating. I'd appreciate if you didn't do that. So, what that does is that that's one way of transmuting. It's one way of saying someone is irritating, but what I'm going to give back is not irritation. Because what we need to keep in mind is that if someone is irritating us and we are adding more irritation energy up to that, and they're going to add more and they're going to add more, guess what? Soon we'll have this this big irritation ball. Yeah. So just be aware of that, how we communicate. And of course, there are mantras. There is the simplest mantra that you can chant when you're feeling irritated is Om. You can just, in your mind, if someone's starting to irritate you, you can be like, Om, Om, just in your own mind. And that itself, you will see, will help you calm down. And if we can do this with our tongue connected to palate, what I have seen is sometimes it also, sometimes ideas will then pop into my mind as to what to say to actually handle the situation. Okay. So with irritation, first thing, let's try to be calm inside. Let's try to not increase that irritation by other people. And of course, there can be things that irritate you from the skin point of view, So we find people who come to us with skin problems, and often we find that irritation is a major problem for them. Like they are easily irritated. We also need to be aware that, skin allergies are caused by irritation. So yes, there is obviously a physical reason, because Master Chakraksi talks about multi-causal factors. So it's not like one thing is going to lead to, skin problems alone. It's usually a combination of factors, but we need to address all the factors, the body, the emotions, and the thoughts. So, of course, with pranic healing, we deal with all of them. With basic pranic healing, advanced pranic healing, and pranic psychotherapy, we can definitely help reduce irritation. And of course, one of the most powerful tools we have is the Twin Hearts meditation. So we're going to do that right now. And again, for those of us watching this on YouTube, you'll have to join us live to participate in the meditation. And the healers who are here will be doing healing. Today's healing session will be geared towards irritation. So let's just take a few seconds and think of what is it that irritates us, put it out on the surface. And what we do is when we are exercising, let's try to also expel that energy. And then when we meditate, of course, the healers will try to remove it from your aura. Okay. So let's be aware of our crown. Let's be aware of our heart. Let's raise our hands in blessing position. And today, let's first bless those people who we find irritating. While we are filled, while our auras are filled with golden, beautiful energy coming from the Supreme God, let's first bless all those people who we find irritating. If they are specific people, let's bless them. If they are groups of people, that's also okay. If there are certain types of countries that you find irritating, let's bless them. If there are certain nationalities, religions, groups, languages, let's be aware of what irritates us and let us make an effort to change it by blessing all those people. Let's also fill our aura. Now let's visualize ourselves. Let's visualize that all the irritating energy in our aura has been flushed out, gone deep, deep, deep down inside the earth. Now we are filled with the energy of love, patience, peace, tolerance. And now, with this beautiful aura full of all these lovely things, we are going to go out, well, out of our bedroom for the most part, or our office for the most part, and spread it to the people that we know. We can also do a lot of blessings for all the people affected by the coronavirus, including ourselves. Directly or indirectly, we are all affected. Let's invoke the Buddha Kuan Yin for her divine, compassionate, purifying light and her healing, soothing energy to extract, externalize, and raise to high vibrations all negativity related to the coronavirus. We thank you. Let's take a few minutes to fill our homes with peace, with communication, with friendly conversations. Let's bless our workplace with prosperity. Yes, many of us are working distantly, but we can still bless it with prosperity, good ideas, harmony, peace and cooperation. Please take a few more seconds to bless anything else that you'd like to. And then let's massage our face, scalp, neck, shoulders, chest, kidneys, at the back, the hips, the thighs, the knees. The idea of preparing some of these videos is to remind all of us who are healers and perhaps not healers also that pranic healing can help solve these kind of issues. You know, sometimes we feel like, oh, this person's so irritated. What can be done about it? Counseling is definitely a very good option. And along with counseling, you can take pranic psychotherapy, both for yourself or for your loved ones, and really get, get healed from this because being irritated leads to irritation in the environment. Yeah. Okay. So with that, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for joining us for the blessing of the earth, because as we bless the earth together, we increase the power of healing. Okay.